Right, so I thought I'd do this little video. Our back wiper stopped working on our Rover 45 1.4 Blue 2000, so we're going to have a look at why it's not working. We've done the basic stuff like checking the fuse. So what we've done is we've bought a second-hand wiper motor online for eBay from Trent. There was actually surprisingly quite a few that come up, but theirs seemed at a good price. Also, they gave a warranty on it as well. How well that would work, but it's certainly better than nothing at all. And it's a fairly well-known company, and actually it's come quite nice as well. So what we're going to do is have a look at the old wiper motor, or possibly plug this one in and see if this one works. If it does, it means that other one has gone wrong. So we'll be taking all the plastic away. So yeah, what we'll be doing is removing all the plastic trim that goes over the back of the boot, and I think you do have to remove these, but possibly we won't have to remove those. It mainly consists of clips and these plastic screws along the top, and this one metal screw which is actually holding the handle in there, and we have done a video on fully removing that, so we're just going to get on, remove that, and then you can join us at the next stage. Right, so the back plastic is off, and that'll be a case of removing the wiper motor, but also trying the new one as well. Right, so what we've done is we've just plugged the new or second-hand tested motor into the socket. You see the old motor's still there, and we're just going to see if the new one works before we do any other tests, because if it works, then it means the likelihood is the old one has gone faulty. So that's what we're going to do now. As you can see, it's just hanging there ready for us to test. Right, so we've just plugged the motor in. As I said, we've got it hanging there. Hopefully in a minute what you'll see is every so often, you should be able to hear it, and yes, hopefully as you just see there, it's now on a pulse wipe, and yeah, you can see it's turning. So the good thing is that's confirmed that the other motor must have failed. Now whether it has got water into it, because we did find a little bit of water behind the plastic trim, so maybe for some reason the old one has started to leak, but the good thing is it confirms that it is that motor, because the new used tested one is working and appears to be working fine. So now we'll get on with fitting it. Right, so the first thing we're going to do is unbolt the wiper arm from the top. We've lifted the little cover off, and then it is the little nut there, socket. We'll wind that off and then pull it off of the splines and remove all the seals that are there as well. Right, so that's the wiper off of the little splines, and you can just see them there, hopefully. Yeah, there you go, you can just see them there. Then what we do is remove the little rubber seals, and we'll look to see if there's any risk of any leakages, and of course you've got this bigger nut there that we'll have to remove as well. And I think that is what is holding essentially the wiper motor through the body, with the fixing bolts underneath. Right, so that's that big nut off that is holding it, so we should now be able to remove this rubber seal. Well, that's the rubber seal removed. All we need to do now is undo those bolts from inside. That's the wiper motor away, and they'll be ready to install the new one. So that's the side that's faced up, and that's the side we could see from the back. And there's the wire connection in there. We'll remove that label that come with it. Actually, it's quite a nice wiper motor because you've got the little rubber feet there to isolate any vibration, as well as this little rubber seal here and the one on top, and this shield here. So it'll be interesting to have a look and see if there's any sign of water getting into the other motor. Right, so we're just looking at the old motor here, and actually we can see water. I don't know if you can. Ah, yeah, you can see it reflecting just in there. And I've pulled this back, and it looks very, very wet in there. This is looking quite grubby here. So I think what we may do is put a little bit of sealant around this on the new one, because as you can see, the new one, well, that still looks very, very new. This wiper motor's in really good condition, so we're certainly pleased with that. And if you look at this one in comparison, it's looking very sort of corroded, so it does look like water for some reason has been getting in, which we've never had a problem before. So I assume that for some reason that seal has started to leak for whatever reason. There is a little bit of paint on there for when we painted this boot, so whether that's affected it or it is just that for some reason it's lost its softness. But yeah, looking at this one, that seal looks almost new in comparison to this one. So yeah, we've put a little bit of sealant on the new one just to make sure. Right, so what we've done there, as I said, is we've just put a little bead of silicone sealant around it, just a general sealant, and hopefully that will go around and just give that little bit of extra seal, especially now we know that the wires just sit under this little shield. And as I showed you on this one, there is clearly water laying all in there, and it certainly is looking a little bit corroded, but it's possible water's even been getting in through here and running into the gears of the motor. But it's certainly worth a try while we're there to put that little bit of extra sealant on. So now we're going to put the motor up and begin fitting it back up. Right, so now it's just a case of retightening those bolts up in the reverse order we did them up, and of course putting the electrical connection back in. That's something we always do as well. Now is try contact cleaner just in the contacts of the wiring, and also into the contacts on the component we're plugging in, so that if any dampness does get in, hopefully it's less likely to corrode in there, or even that contact cleaner should initially repel any dampness that may get in there. Right, so that's the wiper motor fitted in from the inside of the boot, and the electrical connection put back together. All we've got to do now is go back onto the top and put the wiper arm back on. Right, so we've put a little bit of extra silicone around there, as you can see, so hopefully that will seal that in. It might make it slightly more difficult if you ever have to remove it, but we don't really want any water getting back in there, so hopefully that will help to seal it just that little bit more, and then we'll wipe any access off once we put the big bolt on. Yeah, so once we've put this bigger nut on and crimped everything down, then we can just remove any excess silicone. Right, so that's now tightened. We've removed any excess silicone. I'll just put this little shield on there, and then we can put the wiper arm back. Right, so that's that tightened. We'll put that shield back, and then we'll give it a test. Right, so we've got it tested. As you can see, it's working and sitting back in the right place as well, and that's what it does, a pulse wipe, which is quite nice the way this wiper works on these. You get a few wipes, and then if you leave it on you get a pulse wipe. It'll run for so long with the screen washer. And what's also useful is if you've got the front wipers on and you reverse, this wiper will come on even if it's not been switched on. So we've certainly missed it not working, and we're glad it was relatively relatively easy fix, and actually a part that was fairly easy to get on eBay. There was a few people selling it. This looked the nicest one and come with a warranty, as I said, even though it was a second-hand part, and it looks like it was worth us doing it. So hopefully that's been a useful video for you. As always, don't forget to look at our other videos, especially the video that covers in more detail how to remove the plastic trim which we've got to put back to finish the job. But I won't show us putting that back, because I said it's all in another video. As always, thank you very much for watching.